Hello, here is the news at this hour from Tstv. I am Olaide Amosu. Here are some major headlines. Your resolution is ridiculous. Appeal court didn't sack us. ALGON writes Oyo Assembly. The Nigerian foreign minister tests positive for COVID-19. On the foreign scene, coronavirus vaccine, United Kingdom government signs deals for 90 million doses. And in the world of sports, USMAN gets 6-month medical ban. Now the news in details. The leadership of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, in Oyo State has written to the Oyo State House of Assembly saying that last week's appeal court judgment did not sack them. This was stated in a letter to Oyo State House of Assembly and the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State signed by Barrister I.B. Olayinka on behalf of ALGON's legal representative. You'd recall that the appellate court had upheld the dissolution of the council chairman elected by the administration of late former governor Abiola Ajimobi. The assembly had, after the judgment, passed a resolution urging the embattled council helmsmen to surrender all properties in their care. He maintained that it would be absurd and illegal to rely on the unlawful dissolution of local government council by the governor or the judgment of the Court of Appeal that has nothing to do with the unlawful dissolution made by the governor and did not validate the unlawful dissolution of the council by the governor. Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has congratulated the first military governor of Oyo State, General David Jemi-Benwon, retired on the occasion of his 80th birthday anniversary today. Makinde, in a statement signed by his chief press secretary, Mr. Taiwo Adisa, described Jemi-Benwon as a trailblazer and an astute administrator whose landmark achievements subsist to date. Jemi-Benwon is said to be the first appointed governor of the Western State and later first military governor of Oyo State between 1976 and 1978, following the creation of the state. Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, Geoffrey Onyeama, has tested positive for coronavirus. Mr. Onyeama announced in a tweet on Sunday that he would be isolated at a health facility where he took the test following a throat irritation. Meanwhile, the minister is set to become the latest high-profile individual in the country to contract the virus. Onyeama is also a member of a presidential task force on COVID-19 that is coordinating the country's response to the pandemic. Onyeama, in a statement, said he did his 4th COVID-19 test yesterday at the first sign of throat irritation, and unfortunately, he came back positive, heading for isolation in a health facility and praying for the best. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has directed all tertiary institutions to begin the conduct of the first and second choice admissions from August 21st. The board gave the directive in the 2020 admission guidelines released in Abuja by the board's spokesperson, Dr. Benjamin Fabian. Dr. Fabian and the guidelines warned institutions against duplication of forms, adding that they should desist from selling forms for admissions into some listed programmers. He urged institutions to advise candidates to apply for the programmers through its office, saying that all admission exercise must be conducted on the Central Admission Processing System. Moving on to the foreign scene, the United Kingdom government has signed deals for 90 million doses of promising coronavirus vaccines that are being developed. The vaccines are being researched by an alliance between the pharmaceutical companies BioNTech and Tstv, as well as the firm Valneva. The new deal is on top of 100 million doses of the Oxford University vaccine being developed by AstraZeneca. However, it is still uncertain which of the experimental vaccines may work. The United Kingdom government has now secured access to vaccines that use 3 completely different approaches, with 100 millimeters doses of the Oxford vaccine made from a genetically engineered virus, 30 million doses of the biotech Tstv vaccine, which injects part of the coronavirus genetic code, and 60 million doses of the Valneva, which uses an inactive version of the coronavirus. Kate Bingham, the chair of the government's vaccine task force, said, "The fact that we have so many promising candidates already shows the unprecedented pace at which we're moving." Meanwhile, report says the government is hoping to get 500,000 people to sign up to trials of vaccines in the United Kingdom through the NHS COVID-19 Vaccine Research Registry website. And Russia's ambassador to the United Kingdom has rejected allegations that his country's intelligence services tried to steal coronavirus vaccine research. However, Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab said it is very clear Russia did this, adding that it is important to call out this pariah-type behavior. Mr. Kelly also rejected suggestions that Russia had interfered in the United Kingdom politics. Meanwhile, United Kingdom, United States, and Canada security services said a hacking group called APT29 had targeted various organizations involved in COVID-19 vaccine development with the likely intention of stealing information. United Kingdom's National Cybersecurity Centre, NCSC, said it was more than certain that 95% of the group, also known as the Dukes or Cozy Bear, was part of Russian intelligence services. Mr. Raab responded on Sunday, saying the United Kingdom government does not just throw out allegations and accuse Russia of denying the claims in the same way they denied responsibility for the 2018 nerve agent attack and Salisbury. Mr. Kelly dismissed suggestions that it would be an advantage for Russia to know about vaccines being developed. He said Russian pharmaceutical company R-Pharm had already entered a partnership with AstraZeneca to manufacture the coronavirus vaccine being developed at the University of Oxford, should it prove effective. Moving on to the exciting world of sports, Tony Ubani Kamaru Usman has been handed a massive 180-day medical suspension after breaking his nose against Jorge Masvidal. The Nigerian Nightmare, who's 33, suffered a broken nose as he retained his UFC welterweight title last weekend. Meanwhile, Masvidal, who's 35, will miss a month himself due to a forehead laceration sustained in his defeat. He will also be forced to avoid any contact for at least 3 weeks with the nose heals. The American veteran took the fight on just 6 days' notice before it failed to pull off a miraculous win. Masvidal has now been handed a 30-day medical suspension to allow a nasty gash on his face to heal. And Azubi Okechukwu has emerged champion of the Turkish Super League with his club Istanbul Başakşehir with 1 game left to play after they beat Kayaspor 1-0 on Sunday. He becomes the 5th Nigerian to win the Turkish Super League title after Henry Onyekuru with Galatasaray and the trio Uche Okechukwu, Joseph Yobo and Emmanuel Emenike with Fenerbahce. The title win for Istanbul Başakşehir also snapped the dominance of the Super League's top teams Fenerbahce, Galatasaray and Beşiktaş, who have won the Super League title 54 times between them. Also became the 6th club to win the Super League title since its inception in 1959 with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, Beşiktaş, Trabzonspor and Bursaspor. Meanwhile, newsmen reliably gathered that Istanbul Başakşehir have offered Okechukwu, who has made 17 league appearances for the champions, a deal to remain at the Turkish club. And with that, we've come to the end of the news. A recap of the headlines. Your resolution is ridiculous. Appeal court didn't sack us, ALGON writes, or your assembly. A Nigerian foreign minister tests positive for COVID-19. On the foreign scene, coronavirus vaccine, United Kingdom government signs deals for 90 million doses. And in the world of sports, USMAN gets 6-month medical ban. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Mobola Badekale. I am Olaide Amosi. Good day and thank you for watching.